Welcome everyone to my Thursday Night Live. My name is Marilyn, Stampin' Creations with Marilyn, coming to you from sunny Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. Yes, today we are having more sunshine. And temperatures just checked at 28 above, so that's Celsius. And I'm so thankful that we have air conditioning in the house. So let me come live to you. So you can see I'm here, yes. And mention a couple things to you. I'm going to use the In Colors tonight for a simple card. And I hope that you'll create some similar to it and share with all of us on my Saturday share post that I usually do. So you can find that on my Facebook page. And if you saw the dimensions that I put in the invite for this, I hope that you'll craft along with me. So I see Betty's here from Calgary, where she's had some warm weather too. And Pam just popped in. So I'm glad you're here with me, and let's get started and make a card or two, okay? So you can see again, I'll leave this here for just a minute. It's a card base, a couple layers, an inside layer, a little bit of decorative, and I'm going to share with you what sets I'm using. And just a reminder that if you need any of these, you can always reach out to my Stampin' Up! Site or let me know and I'll help you get them. So this is the Scallop Blooms dies, which I've used here. And also in that set are the dies that I used to cut out this. And this die, which you can't see very well here, but this cuts out all 6 of the leaves at once. So makes it easy for doing leaves on your card. And got a few of these extra pieces left. But I want to show you all of the scallop circles that come in this. Look at how many there are. Isn't that so many things you can do? The large one especially, or even the second largest one, can be used if you cut it, put it on the fold of a card. You can make an actual card that's a scallop card like that. So many options, as always with all of our things. We've had an exciting week with Stampin' Up! Because as demonstrators, we have been able to see the new catalog that's coming out will be effective September 1st. So if you are in Canada, do not have a demonstrator already, you can reach out to me and I will get a catalog to you. Just let me know. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Catherine. Good to see you. And the words that I've used on my card today are from this set, Phrases and Frames, and it's fast becoming one of my favorites. Have a fabulous day. Happiest birthday wishes. I'm also using the In Color Gingham paper, which is all the 5 colors are in it. And that one is 168218. And the two-tone paper that's in color is called Heirloom Boutique two-tone cardstock, and 167735. And I'll show you how I'm using that in this particular card. Mary Knapp was the one who I saw this with, and I thought, what a great way, the envelope especially. So let me start with cutting the paper, and well, I've cut the paper, but I'll show you all of these pieces and how this is only 1 6x6 sheet of designer paper. So a great way again to save on paper. I've got the two-tone cardstock here. You can see it's darker and lighter. It's going to go behind here. This 3/4 inch piece is left. It's going to go on the inside piece. I'm going to try and not lose all of these pieces for the decoration. But the envelope is what I want to start with, because that's kind of what sold me, was when I saw how she did this. So you could have a piece that's 4, and this is your 2-inch strip that's left. So that's your 6-inch piece. And still use it on the flap of the envelope by adding just a 1/4 inch strip of cardstock. So I'm going to start with that. Yes, Pam, this is the crisp cantaloupe one. I have got samples of the others, and I think my plan is, anyway, as long as I don't run into any difficulties, I should be able to make 2 tonight in our time slot. And then I'll have a set of 5 of them. And I'm going to put them in the cute little, I got lots of glue on here. Don't what I do. Look at my fingers. I have a scrubber here to try and get it off. I'll have a set of 5 cards to go in that box that we made today during class, and use it as a gift. So that's kind of my plan. So let me put this on. I think I'm going to use that side. Double-sided paper, as always. You can pick and choose which side. And I'm just putting that, butting it right up against that piece of cardstock. And I'm going to leave it sit while I make the rest of the card. And read your comments to see if there's anything else. Pam, you've had a thunderstorm and downpours. Maggie's back from Lethbridge. Good to see you. Oh, I'm glad you watched the class from today already, Maggie. Hopefully you'll make some of those too. So let's start with the card base, 5.5 by 8.5, fold at 4 1/4. And we're hoping here tonight that we don't have any more rainstorms. We've had quite a few, as lots of you in Alberta have. Then I'm going to fold my corner on my, get the right side because I want the same as the envelope. Hello, Linda. Good to see all of you. Please keep chatting. That's what this is about, is the community we've built. I'm going to measure down 2.5 inches and 2.5 inches. It doesn't have to be that measurement. It can be whatever you want. It just should be the same distance here as here. Then I'm going to take my ruler and line up those 2 little marks and do my fold. Use the bone folder as always. Use a little bit of glue to keep it tacked down. And now that will go on here, but my words have to be stamped here. So I'm going to do that first. With the same color of ink. And you could do it with different, but I like monochromatic cards anyway. So for me, this was a perfect way to use all of these in colors that are just gorgeous. I love them all. Although you probably realize that the hydrangea hue would be my favorite at the moment. And I'm also going to stamp happiest birthday wishes on the inside and hope it's straight. Quite a bit of ink on that one. I will need to clean those if I'm going to make 2 cards. And I'm going to attach this 3/4 inch piece on the bottom, just for a bit of interest on the inside of the card. So keep chatting. Let us know how your day's been. If you have seen the new catalog as demonstrators, mention something that you just love in it, because there's lots to love. And customers will be interested when they can get their hands on it later in August. So there is my inside. Hello, Marie. Hopefully weather is good in northern Alberta as well. Because we want everyone to be safe. I have a friend whose parents live in Thunder Bay, and I was watching the news tonight, and the weather there was kind of scary because of the forest fires. So please, wherever you are, stay safe. So that's together. Now this goes on the front layer. And when I watched Mary demonstrate this, she did mention that instead of using the In Colors two-tone paper, you can use white, and it will coordinate with our white scallop circles, obviously, but just in case you don't have this two-tone paper. But I'm starting to think that I will use more and more of the two-tone paper just because, for the layers like this, because of the weight of it. It's a little bit lighter than our cardstock, and therefore it should keep our postage within rates of where we can manage it. So there's basically the card, except for these pieces. So I'm going to flat glue the smaller scallop circle as close to the center as I can. I'm going to also flat glue this by just adding a little drop of adhesive there. And then I will use dimensionals to put that on the card. So it has a little bit more character. I guess if you can call it character. And then I will use glue dots to add the leaves. Ooh, that wasn't very good. Obviously moved when I turned it over. There. So like that. Then to put the greenery, the leaves on, I'm going to stick them to the glue dot, and with any kind of luck, it will pull the glue dot up and it will stay on the leaf, and I can just stick it down. So do you use glue dots this way? Let me know. Or do you have a better way of getting the glue dots off? I've seen people use the take your pick tool. I've also seen them use their fingers just to peel them. And in my world, that wouldn't work because, as you saw tonight, I end up with glue all over my fingers, and then it would never stick on the paper products that I want it to. So please keep commenting. All of you who comment, do get your name put in a draw for the card for next week. And as soon as I get this stuck, except I've got two together, I'm going to tell you who won last week's card. Hopefully if you're not traveling for summer holidays right now, hopefully you're having a good time doing a staycation kind of holiday. There's so much to see in Canada yet that we don't have to travel far to enjoy ourselves, in my opinion. Okay, so there's our card. Then the other thing I did was I put, again, matching In Color dots, and I'm going to use, okay, I'll take your pick tool I put away. One of these in the center for a bit of shimmer. And then I just need to finish my envelope. Okay, just got an alert for evacuations. Breathe a fire. Hope it gets contained soon. Pam, my goodness, I didn't realize you had fire that close to you as well. hopefully everything will be safe. And that if you do have to evacuate, that you've got lots of help. So it's not just you trying to get you and your puppy out. So, sorry, can't do two things at once, obviously. There is that card. So what do you think? Is that quick and easy? I think I've got time to do another one in the Golden Glow, if that's okay with you. Just hop on, let us know where you're watching from. If you're having any weather issues, please be safe and keep enjoying our beautiful country. Yes, Catherine, the gingham really does work well for this. And I've used the larger gingham size and the smaller both. And I'll show you those when we're done. This one I'll probably do the other side, the larger one. So again, my 1/4 inch strip on the envelope, then a 2-inch strip of the designer paper, because we cut the 6x6 off at 4 for my inside layer, or front layer, not inside. And as you probably noticed, the gingham paper does come 12x12, but you can get so many 6x6 sheets out of it that let's start with the right pieces. I don't know about you. How do you start? I always start with the base. I've seen some videos that I've watched where the people make their front layer, decorate it all, and then make the base and put it on. So what do you do? Do you do it that way, or do you build it from the ground up kind of thing, from the base up? That's kind of my way of doing it. So this one again, I'm going to measure 2.5 because that number seems to be quite good for what I want. And I just remembered, I told you, I promised you I'd tell you who won last week's card. This is last week's card, the one that popped up. I put everybody's name who commented, whether you said hello or whether you made a comment about the weather, whatever. And Kim, you won this one, so this will come in the mail to you before too long. So now back to the card making. I'm going to line up those 2 marks that I made at 2.5 inches. Use my bone folder. And again, on the gingham, because you've got lines, and if I've cut it all straight, it lines up perfectly with that. So for those OCD people, it works really well. So now I have to clean my stamps because they're in the Crisp Cantaloupe ink. Do you have a favorite stamp cleaner? Do you use this? This cloth came with the mat, the glass mat. Sorry, I'm still trying to get glue off my hands. And I also have the Simple Chamois, which is more of a, I'm going to say a foam-based. I have both of them because for some reason I seem to need lots. So I have the Golden Glow ink. I'm going to use the same stamps and make sure I'm on the lighter side of my two-tone paper. There's that piece. Then I want to do the inside with the birthday one again. And, sorry, that's it for the ink. I'm going to put this on the bottom. So I think this is a pretty versatile design that you could use and make a lot of cards quickly. If you wanted, I know Christmas cards seem to be popping up. Well, not the Christmas cards, but Christmas in July things and those kind of things, because we don't want to have to hurry near December. You could use something similar to this. There is a Christmas paper with some gingham in it that you could use. And then instead of the, well, just let's retract that for a minute. I was going to say instead of the scallop circles, but you could use them as well as, instead of this small, you might want a bigger one, a little bit bigger, that would have some kind of Christmas. I don't think it would hold the poinsettia because it's quite big. But some of those, there's some new ones coming with some cutesy animal characters in it that might work in the smaller scallops circles. So you could use this design for that. So just lining that up. Yes, Pam, great for mass production. Having trouble with ravens with noise worse than kids fighting. Yes, and how do you get rid of them or sleep when that's happening, Marie? Mother Nature is just taking over, right? So again, I'm just layering my circles. I'm going to put my center. Oops. And I'm going to, Maggie, you have a Christmas sweet with little mice. Yes, I think I saw that one too. And I believe it's kind of neat if you can have a plan like these cards, thinking of maybe if that one of the little Christmas mice would fit in there before you buy it. Then you go, or I do anyway, feel a lot better about buying a new stamp set because I know what I'm going to do with it. Do any of you do that? Do you always have a plan when you buy a set? I am trying more and more often to do that. And plan if I'm going to have an extra class, like the framed violets one, to have it in mind before I ever get the stamp set here. So it just makes me feel better. And we all should feel better about what we're doing, right? So again, I'm using my glue dots for these. And I'm trying to keep up with your comments. I will go back and look at them. If there's questions that you've asked and nobody's been able to answer, I will certainly reach out to you. Yeah, I hope that you've received our email about the class tomorrow for Zoom with Friends. Looks like an awesome card that Iris is going to teach us there. And as always, all my classes are available to anyone. They're on Zoom. The only stipulation is if you want a PDF of the instructions, I do ask for $10 for those. And if I do have a class that has kits, I can only send those in Canada. But otherwise, we love having you join us and create with us. I'm really squishing. It's kind of like sliding down in the bed, falling off the bottom of this sheet so you can't see me. So now, the golden glow, I'm going to put right in the center. And then I am going to trim my envelope yet. And if any of you are interested, I'm sure you've seen about the new foil system. I was watching a Stampin' Up! Video today, and they said the sales are going really well. And they had warned us earlier that when they have to reorder, they will take quite a while to come in. So if you're at all interested, now would be the time to get one, because they may not be in until the end of October or thereabouts, they said. So just pass that tidbit on to you. I am hoping to anybody locally that wants to see how it works that I will have a class in person sometime in August that you can come and play with it and see what wonderful things can happen. I've got glue on my envelope. Do you have this eraser that you use? I've had this one for ages, and I just keep turning it, and there, look at the glue is gone. So let's lay these out, and you can pick your favorite. I have Golden Glow. I have Crisp Cantaloupe. I have Hydrangea Hue. I have Barely Blush. And yes, it is stamped. You can barely see it, but it is there. I just like the softness of it. And I have Peaceful Pine. So tell me your favorite. Oh, Pam already is in with blue. Catherine, you received your hot foil, I presume is what you're talking of. Easy to use, planning a class for customers in September. Yeah, mine may end up moving to September. Betty likes the hydrangea. Marie likes the blue. I think if you guys are buying the paper, you'll have to buy many packs to get all your blue. Okay, so now I want to share with you the box that I'm going to put them in. And we decided today that I think it will hold at least 4, maybe 5 on each side. I think I would do 4. Or maybe 2. But there's what we did in class today. So like I say, any of those classes, you're welcome to join us. This is the one it's patterned after. And the class I took for this one had 2 on either side, which works really well. And using this ephemera sheet that's from the bundle in the catalog that has this paper. It's called something Life. This one. Nope, that's the middle one. This one. Beautiful Ordinary Life. And when I was telling the ladies about this, they didn't realize it was right here, a floral flight accent. Comes as a 6x12 sheet, and these pieces just pop out. So that might be something if you're interested in that. Then we did this, which is a little folio, I'm going to call it, that can be used with. I'm anxious to see Pam's when she gets it done, because she was saying she's going to put stuff on all the sections, and I did not. But it's, to me, you could certainly put pictures. I've left spots to write on. There's all kinds of space on the back if you wanted to, and it folds all up. And we all agreed that we would not be mailing it. because of the thickness. And then this was the last one we did, which is, what did I call it? An arch something? A spanner, because it spans across the sides like that. So those are what we had fun doing today. So once again, I'll just lay these out so you can see them all in those colors. As always, if you have any patterns or designs or techniques you want, please let me know. And if you need any of these supplies, let me know and I'll help you get those as well. And otherwise, please continue on having fun card making, sharing on my Saturday Share, it's called, because we all learn from each other, and I love how that works. So thanks again for being here, and we'll see you next week. Take care now.